need to get some carbon wrapped over this, and then I'm gonna cut it up. And also you can just wrap it. This is how to fix a carbon fiber bike anyway, because that is solid, but you need to be able to sit on it. So we're gonna have to wrap some layers of carbon around there to reinforce the strength. And how we do that is this way. You just have a plastic bag, any plastic bag. Black, clear is better so you can see what you're doing, but you can get black or any sort of plastic. Just no carrier bags, because if it's printed, it will print up, so headache. Of course, epoxy, a scale, a blade to cut, and I highly recommend getting one of these weedy blade things. It's like a couple of quid and it gives you replacement blades. Cuts in a wheel, way better. And some really cheap scissors, and what's it called, when you're cutting carbon fiber they get blunt and then it doesn't cut as well anymore. There's a trick to be able to sharpen them, and I'll tell you that later. Little mystery. You can use brown tape, clear tape. I got loads of this brown tape on eBay, so I'll use that instead of these expensive ones. And then okay, then you bring in the carbon fiber. Carbon fiber. Why am I saying it in German? No idea. So a little makeshift heater. All I do is put a tea towel behind it so the air goes behind. It's a lot of air is being wasted away. Just very difficult spot to get heat around. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, I guess. And it's working well. Everything's feeling nice and warm. The heat's wrapping around, and of course hitting the bottom. So yeah. Beautiful, came away. Not wet, not sticky, khaki, perfect. There's some areas that are dry, like from before, like I said. There's still some areas that need, but once you put some epoxy on top of it, it'll be fine. Let's as you can see, beautiful. Some bumpy areas, but nonetheless, looking nice. Look at that. Strong as fuck. Get fucking hit the shit. Now that's how you repair a bike. The funny thing is, I'm gonna be cutting it up. Okay. I'm gonna come back in, put a bit more epoxy over the dry patches that from before. As you can see here, still a little bit dry and still soft. But other than that, the rest of it is really solid. Okay. Before sanding it, I'm gonna just smack some epoxy on it, wrap it with some plastic and cure it, then sand it. Because if I start sanding it now, I might create a lot more headache and issues, even though I'm gonna be covering it with more carbon. But I'm gonna, a little bit more epoxy and then sand it and then cut up the bike. Okay, so I got a halogen heater. Now, pros and cons to air assisted heater and halogen heater. Halogen heaters are a lot more stronger. The power that it gives off, is way more powerful, way more brighter, and a lot more hotter. So be careful. It has a tendency to sometimes melt the epoxy. It gets so hot. So just get the appropriate distance. The blow heater, that generally will never really burn it, the item, unless you've got a very industrial one. But a small heater takes a little longer, but it's a lot safer. So choice is yours. I use them differently on different projects, but for now, because I know it's all carbon, and if I keep it an appropriate distance from the bike, I think it won't burn. But let's see. So how I test to make sure it's not too hot. Generally, rule of thumb is about this far distance, this and a half distance. Yeah. Then I'll place my hand there for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds to a minute or so. And if my hand feels like I need to pull it away, or if it gets too hot like this, I'm like, oh my god, it's burning. Here, still burning. And if I put my hand here and I gauge the kind of temperature I want it at, it has to be like just a little bit hotter than medium. That's still a bit too hot. I think about there. Yep, 2.5, like 1.5, as I said, like 1.5 meters or inches or whatever that is. So then now the heat will be a lot more uniform around it. Alright, I came down to just do a little checkup on it, and I'm seeing some drips on the bottom. As I said before, when you apply heat to it through this guy or any sort of instant heat, you will get epoxy. Its consistency becomes a lot more runny, and then it starts to dribble down. I've wasted quite a lot by the looks of it, but it's okay. If I taped it up with masking tape, it would have kept it all in, but it would have pooled up and stuff. But all in all, it's not that bad. I just wanted to fill in some voids and stuff. But she has cured on this side, and now I'm gonna flip it all and cure the other side and keep going. Just back to check on it. Let's see how she's looking. Still just as bumpy, but I wanted to fill in some voids in. Yeah, still a little sticky there. A little sticky there. That's quite dry actually, it's just a bit sticky at the bottom, but I think that's just can be cleaned off with some tissue or cloth. That's just a drip, I think. That's not that important, but yeah, it's still a little sticky there and there, but other than that, yeah, she looks more of a crap than before, I agree. But that last coat filled in any wet patches, wet areas I had. I still needed to sand it down. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. The only way you get the perfect finish is either sanding it or putting it in a mold that is able to retain the shape. So yeah, sticky as well. Okay, so I'm going to put it back in front of the heater for about 5-10 minutes, but there are no dry spots, as in dry carbon. But yeah, that's a little bit more heater and then I'll be back. Okay. She is fully dry. let us begin. Get it as smooth as I can. If you got an orbital sander, make your life way easy for you. But if you don't, get the elbow grease going. Get myself a respirator. And you don't need one of these as well. You can get one of those M3, M4 masks where it just has a little filter on top. As long as you have a good connection around the mouth thingy, because it's not a lot of dust, it's not super toxic. Just get a decent mask. It doesn't have to be one of these. I had one of them, I've lost it. I miss it. I'll buy another one, but I've just got this for now. But the little M3 ones, a little bit thicker, got the vent on the front, you'll be fine. Because this does tend to hurt my neck a lot more because it's really heavy. Okay. Cue time lapse. So this is what I have. There is still a lot of high points and low points. This is where a lot of epoxy and then the carbon at the bottom. I could sand that down all to 0. Just takes more work sanding because, as you can see, some areas. Put some water on it if I've got some. As you can see, the pattern is I'm getting close to 0, all of it being nice and flat. But I don't need to because I'm taking more material away. So I don't need to do that much because I'm going to be cutting it. So I'm gonna have to cut this up now. I need to do some markings and cut it from probably there, there, there. I'm gonna cut it from there. And then I do need to make a piece as well. I'm gonna have to make a piece going here because this isn't strong enough just to hold me if I want the Z frame bike style. So I'm gonna have to put a piece going this way, and then when this breaks, it's gonna come up to like this. And then I'm gonna have to have a second piece, so it's gonna be like 2 kind of V's. Keep falling over. 2 V's going like this, there and there. So, yep, let me go get my cutter. You can use a hacksaw, you can use a saw, but I like to use my electric cutter. It's just easier. I'm getting old, tired. And then yeah, let's cut it. Let me clean up a little. Turn this off.